So, should you buy backlinks? Will they be beneficial? How should you go about buying backlinks? I've got a few ideas here, but I just want to set the scene. So, in the last few years, undoubtedly, selling and buying backlinks has become a massive industry. We have a few examples here on this article of prominent bloggers who have shared revenue reports. Now, this isn't something which is so popular nowadays, but a few years ago, income reports were like a really big thing. Where bloggers showcase their income, how much they're earning from various channels, affiliate commission, advertising, etc. And you can see sponsored posts for a lot of bloggers are a huge revenue stream. We pulled out a few examples here, but they are a huge stream because why? Well, some people, some brands, they genuinely just want sponsored posts. They don't care if it's labeled as sponsored. They just want the audience of the blogger they're working with to see it. If it's featured on their blog, great. They're probably not assuming it'll get many eyes on the blog nowadays because Instagram and TikTok have taken over. But we're assuming as well that this blogger maybe has a social following. So if they're promoting a product on their blog, they're probably promoting it on socials as well. The brand kind of gets the whole package all together, and maybe they probably do have some good readership on the blog as well. However, as SEOs, usually when we talk about doing like a sponsorship post, we usually don't want it to be labeled as a sponsored post because if it is, it's usually labeled with a tag on the outbound link, and that tells Google, right, this is a sponsored link. Don't give us credit for this link because it's sponsored, we paid for it. And Google says that's fine. Google acknowledges that bloggers are going to be selling sponsored posts, and they're totally happy with that. Google have come out and said that's totally fine as long as you label it as an advert. That's all good. But yeah, as SEOs, we don't want that. We want to get the credit for it. We want to get the link credit so that Google's algorithm counts that as a beneficial link to rank our website. So we've established people want to sell links, want to buy links for the benefit. Now let's talk about the latest Google update. So in December 2022, Google released a link spam update. The purpose of this was to launch their new AI-based prevention system. Now this detects sites that are both buying links and only there to pass outgoing links. A very important thing to note is that they basically said we're not going to penalize sites. I think they kind of lost that war a few years ago. They thought, okay, we're pouring too many resources into like manually penalizing sites. This is going to be much easier if we just neutralize the power of the links. So if you build links from these sites that are selling lots of links that are obvious offenders, we're just not going to give you any credit. You're going to waste your money. You're going to waste your time. We're only going to give credit to what we think are quote unquote real links. Now, the problem comes along when we say, all right, okay, well, what sites are Google actually penalizing here? What sites are they saying we can't build links from? Because realistically, if Google were to say we're going to neutralize links from any site that ever sells a link, they're going to have a big problem on their hands because, over half the internet are probably selling links at this stage. In my opinion, their system will be looking at the very obvious offenders first and foremost. There will be sites that are kind of gray areas where their AI system it won't be able to tell if they're actively selling links. But the obvious offenders, they're going to probably, discredit those. So I'll show you a couple of examples, and really we're talking about link farms. We have a separate article all around link farms, exactly what they are and what to look for. But I'm going to just talk through some of the specifics. So a link farm is a site. It might have used to be a real legitimate site. Maybe it had good traffic. The blog owner, actually cared about this website. Quite often what happens though is these sites, these domains, they get bought over by, let's say, unscrupulous SEOs that are aiming to basically just earn a lot of money from selling links on these sites. So here's a couple of examples. This one is obviously like a fake person. They have categories around health and fitness, career, travel, dating. It's like, okay, jack of all trades here. This looks a bit fishy. This one actually looks on the surface a little bit more legit, kind of in the tech space. They've at least made some effort to have a design, but the content is all very, very thin. And the crazy thing is, like, this website is still selling a ton of links. Um, Interesting. I wonder if you're actually paid for this link, or paid for this link through a third party agency. Probably they did. Or maybe this is the jailbreaking or routing. Interesting. You can tell by the outbound links, by the way, who's paid for this link. This is very obviously contributed and paid for. All of the content on this website is. Now, how do you identify for sure that this is a link farm? Well, you look at Ahrefs and the metrics, and you might look at the surface level and say, okay, well, this site has got a good domain rating of 49. It's got 145,000 visitors per month, an okay traffic value. You might think on the surface, right? Well, this might be a site that I want to get a link from. No, this looks good on the surface, but as soon as you peel back the curtains, you realize, no, no, no. Um, this is what a lot of link farm owners do. They artificially inflate their perceived traffic metrics. And it's actually very easy to do. We actually did a test. It's very, very easy to manipulate DA and DR. You can buy a $200 Fiverr package, and almost overnight, you can get your domain rating to 60. So that's very, very easy to manipulate. And then the second part, the traffic part, again, is quite easy to manipulate. It's a little bit more difficult. You have to set up articles like this. So you can see this is just real low quality stuff. The only keywords they have visibility for, no informational keywords. It's just these site-like, and these are like spammy movie streaming websites that they're ranking for. And even if they're ranking like position 6, 7, or 8, Ahrefs will inaccurately, attribute them like 5,000 visitors per month, which is crazy and inaccurate. And this is how people they're doing it. They're inflating it with low quality keywords that have high search volume. And even if you can get a top 10 ranking position, even top 20, sometimes it'll attribute you inaccurately a lot of traffic. So that kind of covers the sites that we want to avoid, the sites that we think are going to be obviously on Google's radar. So you might say, all right, well, what's left? What types of sites can I safely earn links from? And really, it comes down to earning links from real websites that care about their content and don't oversell links. So here's an example. I've loved the name of this site. This is cockapoohq.com. Love it. And you can see this is definitely like a real person behind the site. The site is all around cockapoos. So like all the content is around cockapoos. And you can just tell that this is a site. This is actually like a legitimate resource. There's a lot of care that's gone into the content. Is very detailed, good imagery, lots of great internal links to other pages on the website. You can tell that this is a real legitimate blog and that the website owner actually does care. And I'm assuming, if this website owner does sell links, then they're probably only going to partner with maybe companies in the pet or dog industry. So yeah, that is definitely a site that we would want to earn a link from. And if we look behind the curtains, we can see, okay, over time, the site has a very steady, nice upward traffic trend. And it's in, they don't have an incredibly high domain rating, just they definitely got like a natural link profile. But if we look at the keywords they're ranking for, again, all around cockapoo, adopting a cockapoo, rescue a cockapoo, all these keywords here. So we know that, okay, this is a good site. Their content is actually ranking. Google really thinks that this is an authority website for cockapoos, which I love. And they have content here. It's probably like affiliate content, which is like best harness for cockapoos. But you can imagine if you're, let's say you're a pet supply shop, and you sell harnesses, this could be a great page for you to reach out to and essentially buy a link from, because it's going to be highly relevant to your product. It's on a site which we know is good. It's got a steady traffic trajectory over time. This is the kind of site that's just not going to be on Google's AI bot radar. And this is the type of niche site, even though it's got low domain rating, you kind of have to forget about that now, because the link builders are always going to gear towards the high domain rating sites. If you can find gems like this, even if they have a lower DA or DR, I mean, those metrics are kind of nonsense. You should be getting links from this site. Like if I if I owned a pet shop, I'd definitely be reaching out to this website and trying to earn a link, because this is the perfect little gem. A blog owner who truly cares about their content, and it's highly relevant to our product. So, yeah, when we ask the question, what types of links should we be buying, if any, these are the perfect examples. And we could give you several examples in different niches, but this is the train of thought you should be thinking around. And you obviously want to do your checks as well. Like, is this a site which I think, just from eyeballing it, is this a site which I think is selling lots of links? No. And if they are, they're doing a very good job of kind of making any of those links flow very naturally to whoever's paying for them, if that is the case. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video and gained some insights around buying links. And yeah, if you want to do more reading, I definitely recommend just like Googling information around the link spam update. Check out our article on link farms as well, just for more advice on exactly what to avoid if you are going to pay for links.